Just 7 days away now from Election Day, and so far more than 51 million people have cast their votes across the country. Both presidential hopefuls are making their final case to claim undecided voters.
And law enforcement in the Valley area, they're preparing for Election Day just a week out from today.
Today, they laid out the steps that they're taking to protect election officials and voters in what's become a tense political climate. You may remember this scene in the days following the election back in November of 2020, the last presidential election. Ballots were still being counted in downtown Phoenix. Tensions were rising and no clear winner in the presidential race.
And big crowds gathered outside of the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center. And at one point, deputies placed the buildings on lockdown and fencing was put up. Fox 10's Ashley Rodriguez is live now with more. Ashley.
Yeah, experts will tell you that there has been a systematic increase in political violence and threatening rhetoric over the past couple of years. And amidst all of this, Arizona is in the crosshairs. We're a swing state. The margin between the two presidential candidates is razor thin. And there are people out there who truly doubt the integrity of the election system. So Maricopa County is not taking any chances. It used to be a one-day security event. The election has now become a weeks-long planning process for Maricopa County law enforcement.
Working in public safety for 35 years in this county, yes, the last 5 years have changed dynamically, and it is sad.
This year, fences around the Maricopa County Election and Tabulation Center are lined in fabric. There are cameras on the roof pointing up to the surrounding buildings. Surveillance officers circle the block, and barbed wire tops the fence protecting the election workers' parking lot. And that's a week out from the election. On Election Day, there will be law enforcement officers in uniform and undercover in plain clothes, drones, a chopper, and the potential for snipers strategically placed on rooftops. Before 2020, the sheriff's office deployed about 50 deputies on Election Day, and now they need 200.
Not just our voters, but our staff, myself, our families have come under a lot of threat. We've lost a lot of elections officials because of this.
The Arizona Secretary of State, Adrian Fontes, has been vocal about the unprecedented level of threats and intimidation he's witnessed this election cycle. The FBI listed Arizona as one of the states with an unusual level of threats to election workers. The tension is fueled by tight races, stop the steal sentiment, and a feeling from both sides the stakes are the highest they've ever been.
All of us, as we were growing up, we don't remember this being an issue.
Law enforcement is partnering at a state and local level to not only protect people, but the ballots. The sheriff says they are not seeing a lot of threats. Those usually spike after the election, meaning they will have to continue to make assessments after races are called. The county says they also have a significant team monitoring social media on a daily and sometimes hourly basis.
We understand we are in an environment now where we have both foreign actors and people within this country that are intentionally spreading misinformation about our election.
The Maricopa County Sheriff making the message clear to any bad actors.
We don't have any tolerance for any criminal activity. It's one thing for First Amendment, one thing to express your opinion. It's another when there's threatening or other violence that gets centered around this, and it's not going to happen here in Maricopa County.
So this close to the election, they warn that you might see some posts of misinformation or disinformation, and they might seem small, just someone spouting off their opinion. But their cybersecurity team, they're watching for posts like that because they know what posts like that can instigate. They also said that, yes, you hear this all the time, but now more than ever, if you see something, say something. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Ashley, thank you for that. Today was the deadline to mail back that early ballot. After today, it cannot be guaranteed that your ballot will be received by 7 p.m. on Election Day. And if it's not collected by then, it will not count. Any early ballots should be brought to an early voting center or placed in an official ballot drop box. They can also be dropped off at any polling place on Election Day.
With just 1 week before polls close, Vice President Kamala Harris could be delivering right now one of the most important speeches of her campaign. More than 50,000 people are at Harris's rally tonight in D.C. She's delivering closing arguments for her campaign at the Ellipse in D.C. That's where then-President Donald Trump, back in 2021, spoke right before thousands of his supporters stormed the Capitol on January 6th. And using this as a backdrop, Harris highlighted the contrast tonight between defending democracy and sowing political chaos.
America, this is not a candidate for president who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power.
New Fox Power rankings still show 6 of the 7 battleground states as toss-ups, but Arizona is now leaning toward Trump.
And this morning, former President Donald Trump spoke in front of a crowd at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. He called his Madison Square Garden rally a, quote, love fest, despite the event being marred by controversial comments made by some of the speakers. This afternoon, he's in Pennsylvania for a roundtable with senior citizens. And then tonight, he's holding a campaign rally in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We'll have much more on the campaigning going on today ahead at 5:30.
A Phoenix man is behind bars tonight accused of hundreds of acts of graffiti costing thousands of dollars worth of damage.
And Fox 10's Lauren Clark joining us live now with why police say the community was plagued by these actions. Lauren.
Well, Mark and Christina, it was actually the community that asked police to open an investigation in this, just being completely fed up with these acts of graffiti. This was at 19th Avenue in between Indian School and Camelback. Police were able to find a person they believe is responsible for over 750 acts of graffiti, costing $65,000 worth of damage. In the 19th Avenue corridor, it's hard to miss.
It's been like that for a couple months.
Alleyways marked up, bus stops covered, and spots of paint covering up previous tags. Carlos, who lives in the area, says he's beyond frustrated.
Well, over the last 3 years, things have gone downhill. No, the homeless population has grown. There's more graffiti. It's just not as, I mean, it was coming up back 2019, 2018, and since then, it's just been downhill.
Outcry from neighbors caused Phoenix police to launch an investigation. Detectives tied hundreds of incidents to a single tagger, 33-year-old Jordan Qumeasi. His current mugshot is unavailable, but his past crimes and mugshots span several years, according to court paperwork. Investigators believe he vandalized City of Phoenix property over 750 times between the months of January and October. Court records say he targeted sidewalks, curbs, bus stops, and street signs with his nickname Mower, or initials KS. Police also say he's the person responsible for tagging Christ Church in Central Phoenix and Phoenix Christian Academy. In total, officials estimate the damages cost over $65,000. Following Qumeasi's arrest, officers reported finding paint pens in his suitcase. Court records also reveal he was on probation at the time for writing on property. He's now charged with 4 counts of criminal damage, including 2 Count 4 felonies and 2 Count 6 felonies. Neighbor Eddie stressed the need for accountability.
Service, start painting up all the graffiti that's around. Yeah, I definitely am not happy for that kind of thing.
And Qumeasi is currently being held in custody on a $50,000 cash-only bond. Reporting live here in Phoenix, Lauren Clark, Fox 10 News.